Hey guys, so I'm back. Thank you so much for, your kind messages from yesterday and those of you that did show love while, I was going through my own grieving process. I am so grateful for you guys and your kindness. It is a beautiful thing to see in today's day and age. So I want to say that first and foremost, nothing but gratitude for those who actually have a heart and empathy and are showing it. Especially to a complete stranger on the internet. I'm very grateful. So today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite story times this one is about the time I dated a rapper and what I learned from that. So, as some of you guys know, I went to college in Atlanta. I went to Spelman, studied political science and international studies in Spanish, Japanese, and French. And my freshman year there, so I had a really awesome schedule. I actually finished up my freshman year of college before I went to college. So, like, by the time I was a freshman in college, I was already actually a sophomore. And so my schedule was pretty relaxed. And I'm 18 years old, in all of my youthful glory, all of my naivete. And I went to the mall one day with some girlfriends. Lenox Mall, which if you're from Atlanta and you know Lenox Mall, like you already know, like that's like the fancy mall. So I was at Lenox, I'm sitting there shopping. This guy approaches me and I'm just like, let's see. He ends up having a really nice car. So I'm like, okay, I'll give him my number. I was young. And I'm like, okay, I'll give him my number. We'll see what happens. So I gave him my number. And we ended up dating. It turns out he was, at the time, he had just left a boy band that, they had a couple good songs, like back in that day and age when, I'm not gonna lie, like even my dad like downloaded his music for his ringtone back when like ringtones were like the thing to have on your phone instead of like actual just ringing. You had like a whole song that would play all the time. My dad's ringtone was this guy's song, so he had a little bit of that. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, like Gucci, like we get along, we have a good time, like I can study, it's awesome, situation is great. And I'm going to expose some truths about the music industry that I learned after dating my fair share of rappers. But I learned these particular lessons from the first guy. I didn't let those lessons solidify. I had to date a couple more people to really let it sink in. But I learned these from the get-go. So what did I learn from that? Most of it is fake. Most of it is illusions. A lot of rappers exist in the realm of fake it till you make it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Being confident is a beautiful thing. But when you're not authentic and your music is not authentic, you have to sit there and kind of take off of someone else's music to try to make your own thing or whatever, make it yours. You're not coming from the creative source, you're coming from the consuming of the creative source, if that makes sense. I'm gonna have to break that one down later. But yeah, so this guy, he had it all. He had a great apartment, like he had a beautiful car. I'm not gonna lie, that car was gorgeous. It had all the wheels, all the shiny, like I don't know much about cars, but I know I liked being picked up from it. Like when I was like at the front gates at Spelman, like everyone else was like about to go walk over to like Morehouse and stuff, and I'm like about to be picked up by this rapper and this like Escalade. It was bomb, and that was all about my ego at the time too. So I thought all that was Gucci, like I had it made, until I was there at his house one day and I watched his car get like repoed. And I'm like, like I thought you had resources. Like that's how you've been friending. That's what you've been telling me this whole time. So you've been taking me out on, You know, I was going to different clubs, different venues, you know, getting all the VIP treatment because I was like the girlfriend and stuff. And long story short, a lot of it was illusions. The minute I was able to see past the bullshit, I bounced personally, because just on my soul journey, like, real recognizes real, even though I was very subconscious at the time. Like, the minute I realized he wasn't real, I'm like, I'm out. And yeah, this guy, like, to this day, he still sits there and he pretend, like, I sit there and I admit we're friends on social media and stuff, and you know, we still text every now and then, but it's like, dude, like, and I'm sitting there trying to help him out here. Like, I'm trying to give him some, like, realness and some authenticity and try to spark something in him, but he just does not get it. He's, you know, so caught up with trying to pretend like he still is something big. And granted, I went back to college in like 2006. Like, it's been damn near 20 years. Okay, like, you know, and at that point too, like, he was maybe like a year or two out of his peak at that point. But I'm just like no. And then to this day, he's still like, he hasn't done anything, but he still talks like he does. And that's when, you know, I had the realization that there are those who talk and who preach, and then there are those who actually do and take action, and those who teach. So those that teach are going to be the authentic people of this world. They are the ones who teach from their own prior experiences. Everything that I say is just because it's all I'm doing is just, you know, giving you my own personal truths from my own experience, like from actually doing stuff. Yes, I do research. Yes, I do all of that. But I only really I only teach on what I've experienced. I can, you know, talk about other stuff that I've read about, but I have not experienced yet myself. You know, I can study, I can research, I can have a basic understanding of grasp basic concepts. But that's just preaching then. That's, you know, get on to the promised land that you haven't been to yourself. Like, and that's my biggest thing with, we'll get into religion later. But, yeah, that is my story time video of the day. This is why I feel hesitant when it comes to rappers in particular. And it's not that it's the rapping career. I love a creative man. I'm a creative myself. And I've dated a bunch of musicians, not just rappers, a bunch of musicians. And yeah. So here's the thing, is there's going to be people in your life, if you are on a certain level of consciousness, like the ones that I'm talking to right now, who I'm talking to is a very select few. Not everyone who watched this video is going to be, this message is not for everybody. But you need to practice your discernment. You hear? Like, yes, it is fun to get caught up with the mental creativities and imaginations of others and to help them manifest by helping to believe in them and their beliefs. And that's how that's how you get a ball rolling. You are better, your time is better spent focusing on yourself at that point when you have that level of consciousness. Don't expect someone to fall into your lap to fix all your problems and stuff if you're at that level of consciousness, because we all know that's not how manifestation works, especially if what you're trying to call in or what has been brought in front of you is not conscious themselves. That's like feeding your brain to the zombies. So those of you that are still unconscious, go have fun. Enjoy it. Get some life experience. Experience things that you can look back on later when you get to that point in life. But that is today's video. I'm going to finish chilling out because that's all I do now. And this is my life and I love it. I'm so grateful for it. And I'm grateful for you guys that help contribute to me being able to have this life. Those of you that get your tarot readings from me, those that just contribute to my Cash App and my Venmos and my PayPals, all the yada yadas. I appreciate you guys for supporting me so I can sit here and be in the state of peace and zen and share my knowledge with you. So y'all have a great day and I'll talk to you later. Bye.